All right. Good afternoon, Feni. I hope that's how you say your name. Thank you so much for your efforts on this. You did great. Okay, so just looking at the PDF first. Right off, I'm seeing we don't need that because that's not shown. Um, and it's just confusing. These lines didn't show up right. They are supposed to look like these lines, and this line didn't plot either. There should be a thick line, and so it's something in your pin settings. Maybe if I give you, yeah, I think I need to give you um, a file. I'll show you real quick. It's this guy. When you go to plot, there's a little guy right here, AMS 4.ctb file. So I think if you load that one, then all those lines will plot better, and they will plot thick. Sorry if that's confusing. We can work on that later. For now, I'm just stoked that you can do this. So back to that drawing. I'm going to pause this real quick. Be right back. Okay, are we going? Are we live? Are we live? Did we not pause? Did we pause? Alright, sorry. Still getting used to that. Okay, so bearings, great. They also need a distance right here next to it, or you can put it right here. So that goes for every line needs a bearing and distance. And then right here is a calc and a calc. So those are triangles, and the symbols representing a indicates a calculated point, nothing found or set. So triangle, triangle for this property. Most of them don't need it, but this one does. And good job on the APN. The only other thing that stands out is the text. This looks too large, and all these should be the same. This one, this one, this one, and this one should be the same. Also, they like to show the road, so they want to see Ripley Road, and they want to see the right-of-way. So whatever, 30 feet and 30 or 20, 25, whatever it is. So yeah, we could just open up that viewport a little bit more to show this and write Ripley and then the right-of-way. It's also nice if they have a setback line to show it on these certificates, but it's also not necessary. They're not going to write back. It's just a nice thing to do. But back to the requirements, which is just you got to have an APN on there. You got to have the lot number, and then you got to have lot number 4 from what map. So we need the map right here. Lot number 4 from what map? Lot number 3 from what map? What map? And that's the bulk of it. I don't care what text you use, but just make sure they're the same. Like right here, this is italicized, and then this is different text. You can use either one, but just stay consistent. And then the only other thing I noticed is that this bearing is slightly off of the line. It's heading that way. So just align it to the line to make it nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to pause and go to the drawing now. Okay, in the drawing, you got this one that says 60, but I just checked, and you got 3.2, so that means it's a 40 scale. So it doesn't really matter if you change this thing. Nobody's using it. Wow, that took too long. So then these should all be in the right scale. So then you can drag these guys up to your zone. That's how I like to do this, and just get them nearby. And then we talked about doing calcs for that triangle piece. So you can drop those in there and there. We talked about having the same size text. You see how much bigger and smaller that is. Change that to that. I'm just matching properties here. That one's good. Those are all good. They just need a map up here. So it is book and page is 4077. So, and these are not parcels, they're called lots, so we just match whatever they're coming from. lot 4, and then we could just say 40 p.m. for parcel map, 77. You can say whatever you want there. You can say book 40 page 77. If it's a subdivision map, then you would say 40 maps, MAPS 77. And if it was a record of survey, you'd say 40 ROS 77. Okay. So something like that. And then I like how you had it flipped. And what lot is that? So we are 4, that's 2 over here. My computer's a little slow when recording. And this must be 3. And then you probably have some different labeler, but I always go annotate, add label, and this is where yours might be different, but I go here and then I go line and curve. I'm not sure how to get you what I have here. If you have any ideas, I'll send it to you. Then I just go add, and then I just go blop, and that's done. Gives you the bearing and distance. You can slide it over a little bit, and then you just cruise around like that. And it aligns it to the line, so you don't need to worry about rotating it. If you get one of these, this looks like 2 different. Turn these off for a second. This one you could pull out either way. You can do that with that one. And then this one I'm going to explode, because if you have 2 segments on the same line, really the way to do it is like this. Explode that one, move this here-ish, and then get yourself a little, we call them crow's feet. There's something like that. Match to that. I use a mirror command here. And something like that. And drag that over there. And it looks funny because it hits that line, so maybe I'll just extend it a little bit. And then you can delete that, and now it's saying that this whole area, and this will come up on a lot of other maps you do. We do these crow's feet all the time because you always want to see the full distance and then also the segmented. So the full distance here would be 171 plus 40.47. Let's see how they did it on this old map. We don't do it like this anymore, but let's see what they did. So there's your 4046, and here's your, and then they got 83, and they have nothing here. They do have 211.80 for the total. Okay, so that's interesting. They have little crow's feet here. See those? It's going to that guy, and this one you can't see very well, but it's going to the 8392. Just something to note, and then it goes right to this center point of this drainage swale, which is also an interesting feature that's unlike most properties, and it would be nice to put on that certificate, and maybe I'll add it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll talk to the client and see if he wants it first. But 211.80 is the total there, so let's add that to this guy. And now we have our total distance, and does that add up? It's good to check the math here. Yeah, 40 and 71 to, yeah. So that works. 46, 43. Okay, so cool with that. And then cool there, cool there, cool there. Yeah, everybody else is cool. So that's all. This one can go in the middle if you want to be picky. Oh snap. And then address. Yeah, we don't need the address, but that's cool. You put it on there. They'll know it by the APN. number, which is the parcel number. Okay, so now we're looking pretty darn close. This feels small to me, but it's not, so it's fine. Sometimes I make that a little bigger. Do 5. You don't need the extra zeros on the end. Every APN comes with extra zeros. Can't tell you why. No biggie if you leave them. Okay, maybe this goes here, I don't know. And then now we're looking good, better. Oh yeah, we talked about adding the street. So let's toss that in there. Ripley, what is it? Lane, boulevard, street, way. It doesn't say on there. Oh, Ripley's out there. That's why he didn't show it. What is this thing? That's a little cul-de-sac. That's trippy. So that's not really. So Ripley's out there. I was just looking at this. See, Ripley's out here, so this is just a little like turn in. So you did good not showing that, because that wouldn't have been accurate. But still nice to show these guys. So 60-foot right away, so we'll show 30s here. So just adding some deets as in detail. But again, you can make these things simple, and they rarely kick them back to us with any kind of like, you got to redo it, nothing like that. Okay, only other thing I'm seeing here is I mentioned it earlier, just that this text is different from this. Okay, and you got a square symbol here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but this should be a circle. It's a little off, huh? It snaps back. Just checking the distance. It's 0.9. It's almost a foot off, but I guess we're calling that. Oh, it's a leaner, so that's the bottom. So perhaps the top was over this way. I don't know. This just means it was a shot on the bottom of the pipe, and it was leaning at 45 degrees or more. So somewhat unreliable, but still notable. I don't know where you got power pull from. Iron pipe. This says found a leaned 3/4 inch iron pipe with a nail and tag inside of the pipe, and the LS number on that pipe, the license surveyor number on that pipe, was 3634. So that's notable because you can go look that guy up and call him, except he's passed. That's an old number. Current numbers are in the 8000s. And bottom, like I said, just means the bottom of the rebar. So all you need to say here is yeah, it's cool you put leaned on there, but all you gotta say is found 3/4 IP with nail and power pull. So then you can just say 3/4 IP with nail tag LS 3634. Okay, that's all for that. Drop that in. Your leader is cool. And then we'll drag one of these guys over. Leader's cool. Found 3/4 IP with open iron pipe. So this will just say found 3/4 open iron pipe, or you can just say OIP. So that one's just going to be OIP. Okay. Again, not sure where power pull comes in. This one's going to be the exact same as this guy, so we'll just use him or her. And then up here, these guys are the same. Yeah, and you got power pull again. It's fine, but let's just use this guy. Yeah, close enough. Okay, and then yeah, you did a good job there doing the leaders. So that's all. If we wanted to show this setback line, nah, screw it. I think we're good. Anything else? Missing. Anything else? I think we're good. Let's go to the CERT. And then, yeah, interesting that these aren't showing up. Why are they like that? What is going on? Maybe I sent you the wrong template. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Weird. So yeah, I'll work on that. So I'm just gonna unlock it, slide this over here a bit so we can see our 30/30s, and that's it. I think we're good. I'm gonna try to show you how the line gets darkened automatically. Like I mentioned earlier, corner record, portrait preview. So yeah, the pen settings or something. See how that line's nice and dark? And then this line should not be dark. So let's go check that out. Other than that, I think we're looking good. Maybe this is the only different text that I kept from yours, so maybe we should change that to this text. Yeah, that's all I see really. Oh yeah, that makes sense. So the property, yeah, so this line here is an easement line. That's a property line. Go back to model space. I just like to match properties rather than change the layer. That's why I have all these over here. Match. Match. Oh, it must be a scale thing. That's interesting. Because watch this. Oh, maybe I gotta go the other way. No? Oh, there we go. Wow. Interesting. 0.01, yeah. Something's scaling weird when it goes to from your CAD to my CAD. It happens like that with my coworker too. It's not a Canadian thing. But that's what we want it to look like. If there's the easement, the actual property goes over here. Okay. The only other thing I do on these leaders is something. I just do a little smaller thing. I don't know. That's picky though. No big deal. As long as you think it looks clean, it's cool. What? There we go. Alright, send it back. Boom. Send it. And send it. Seems like you always notice something when you go into preview mode. So there's a couple of fixes. So yeah, I gotta figure out those line types, and then I'll take that square off, and then oh look, it did something funny. So always gotta preview it. I probably didn't notice doing that. Apply, cancel. I didn't lock it. Make sure I'm still in a 40 because I've been moving it around. Change slightly. We want to be like here. I thought. Lock. Okay. Now try again. And then good job merging it to the other part and to the certificate form. And oh yeah, I was gonna change that text, but anyway, looking good. That's about what they should look like. You did a really good job, and I'm stoked that you're helping out, and I'll take care of you, and let me know what a good pay is for these. If this took you 2 hours, I don't want to short change you or anything, so let me know. Okay, I'm gonna get back to hanging with my kids. Um, yeah, I've been surveying for 6 years, and I got my own company here with another LS on board, and we're here in Northern California, born and raised in Chico, and that's it. So if this works out and you want to jump on board with our company, then we can talk. But we'll just start off with baby steps and go from there. One other thing I see is this line looks super thick. Nah, why is that line so thick? Those ones are fine. Anyway, yeah, sometimes you just gotta print them and turn them in before you find something else. Because for these, it's close enough. When you get to the record of surveys, those gotta be dialed like to the nine. Anyway, appreciate you. Thank you, and talk soon. Bye.